Hey, good morning, everyone. It is time, everyone's favorite time of the day. Yes, it is after 9. Mike and Lisa from AM800 CKLW as we continue our broadcast day. Lisa, here on After 9 for a few minutes on the Facebook page, YouTube, all that stuff, yada, 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 and our website, am800cklw.com. Beautiful day out there.
Gorgeous day. Beautiful.
Gorgeous.
I can't wait to get outside and do nothing, basically. Maybe go for a nice walk
nothing.
today.
Just sit on your deck and maybe sip some wine or something like that.
Oh, don't tempt me.
Nah, what do you got there? Just some water? Just plain water?
Water.
Okay, very nice, very nice. Okay, coming up in just a few minutes, I'm going to tell you that's something you might touch every single day, maybe several times a day. It's filthy, it's gross, it's full of bacteria. What are you doing? We'll get to that in a few minutes. What would you like to talk about first this morning? I can't hear you. Did you turn your mic off?
Oh, shoot. I did, yes.
There you go.
It's good to order food. It's good to order takeout, but doing it a lot can kill you. You got to keep in mind, you got to balance the calories. Got to balance the salt. I have to be really careful. How many days a week do you get takeout?
On average, I guess about maybe twice a week or something. Once for sure, sometimes twice.
Yeah, us too, I'd say. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I think so. Today, Takeout Tuesday. Today's a good day to do it if you want to support some local restaurants. So what are you getting to? What if I order something salty, it's going to kill me?
People are doing skip the dishes every day.
Oh.
Or any other kind of ordering in service. Eating, at least 2 meals a day from restaurants. That's like all their meals. And they have a 49% higher risk of premature death.
Wow. Now,
Be
it's
careful.
kind of strange that people are doing takeout more when they have more time at home to maybe prepare a meal and do that kind of stuff than they would normally.
I hate cooking.
You think we're just getting lazy because we're home so much? So people are like, it's 5:00. I haven't been to the grocery store.
I think that's it. Yeah.
Let's just get some takeout tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Could be.
Maybe we feel like we're doing restaurants a favor, so it's easier to go that direction. And we're helping out restaurants, but I saw a meme, was it yesterday? Guy down on one knee proposing to his wife. And the question is, will you decide what I eat for dinner for the rest of my life? And why is it up to the woman to figure out what is for dinner?
I don't know. Now, in typical homes, is it the traditional way? Is the woman cooking and is the man eating? Is that the way it is in most homes, or is it split now? I know a lot of homes, it is the exact opposite. The man does the cooking. You grew up like that, right?
I did. But somehow, even if I'm cooking or we're ordering in or somebody else is cooking, it's still me making the decision for some reason.
Because
what we're
women
gonna
make
do
the decision with everything else, so why not the food too?
Every time I ask Craig a question, he's like, should I even think about the answer I'm going to say, or are you just going to veto it anyway? I'm like, I'm just trying to include you in things. He said, why bother?
Yeah, it's basically, I agree with Craig. It was both being veterans of relationships now. It's one of those things where you're being asked, but if the answer is not correct, it won't matter.
Yes. So if I want to paint the walls gray,
I'll
say to Craig, what color should we paint it, gray or taupe? And he says taupe. I'll go, He's like, well, why ask me? Why? Just say, I want to paint it gray. You have no choice.
Right. Can you go get some paint and paint it? Because that's what Kelly did. We did all these renovations, still doing them, by the way. And she said to me halfway through them, would you be doing all these renovations if I wasn't here? I'd say, no.
You would live the way you were living before.
It was fine. And she said, wrong answer. So there's an example of why it doesn't matter. We appreciate you asking us to make us feel like we have some kind of say in what the decision will be. But we know once we get to a certain age or once we get enough experience, it really doesn't matter what our answer is. It will be your answer.
You know what it is? It's a ruse.
A ruse. A ruse. I haven't heard that word in a while. That's a great word.
It's all a ruse.
A ruse. It is a ruse, a big time ruse that it even matters what we have to say. So
I like what Steven
we appreciate the effort, though.
Yes, I like what Steven says. My wife cooks, I clean up and do the dishes. Fair. I think that's very fair.
Yeah, that's kind of the deal most nights at our place. I would say, some of the time anyway, either I'll load the dishwasher or I will, help Kelly do it. Most of the time, depending on what I got going on. With the renovations, though, I feel like sometimes it's like, okay, well, you got to go clean the dishes because I got to go clean up all the paint and the paintbrushes and all that stuff. So it's not like I'm going to sit on the couch and watch TV.
Okay.
I do have stuff to do.
Okay, that's fair. You know what I hate is when I plan on having like a pretty lay low kind of day or weekend. And so say Saturday I get out of bed, I'm like, oh, I can't wait to go get a coffee and just sit out on the back deck and just take my time working my way into the day. And Craig has a completely different idea, not necessarily for me, but for himself. And say he's out there raking already and picking up sticks and doing stuff in the yard. It is so difficult for me to sit there and do nothing while he's running around doing stuff around me. And I'll say, oh, do you want help with that? And he'll say, no, it's fine. You go ahead, take your time, sit there.
But
I can't.
You kind of feel guilty
you're ruining my plan. He's like, I'm not ruining anything. I'm doing my own thing. I'm like, nope. You're ruining it because if I'm not doing anything, then you need to not be doing anything. So I feel better about not doing anything.
Okay. So then what happens at that point? Does Craig, get a coffee and sit down?
No, I go in, get dressed and go out and help.
That's funny because
that's my problem. It is my issue, not his, but still.
Yeah, I hear you. I'm kind of similar. I have that guilty feeling too. If I could be working all day on the house and then Kelly comes home and then she starts doing something and I'm sitting on the couch even though I worked all day, did the show. That's right. All that, then it's like, oh, I guess I should get up and do something too, even though I'm exhausted.
Guilt.
Very guilt. Okay, let's talk about this dirty, filthy thing I have to talk about this morning, and I saw.
Can I guess?
Yeah, go for it. Someone guessed phone. I think it was our boy Jason. No, Kevin guessed phone is the filthy thing that we are touching every day, and that would be up there, I'm sure. But this is something a little bit different that we in this country, Lisa, have the dirtiest money in the world.
I was going to guess sponge.
Oh, sponge is a good one too. Yeah, how often do you change your sponge or clean your sponge? Can you put a sponge in a dishwasher? Can you clean the
Yes, I do all the time. Yes.
Yeah? Okay.
Yes, but then you have to let it dry. If you let it be damp or leave it in the sink or leave it in water, it just grows bacteria. So it's yucky.
Yeah, it is gross. But they did this study and they found out 95% of all banknotes are covered in harmful bacteria and that Canadian money is the filthiest of them all.
Why? Why are we dirty Canadians?
They swabbed. Much like the COVID test, they swabbed the money, 20 of the most used currencies from around the world, and found 209 microbe colonies on Canadian banknotes. And among the bacteria found on there, a microbe with strains that can cause food poisoning in rare cases, anthrax, baker's yeast, which can lead to pneumonia, urinary tract infections. It's like I'm reading this and I'm wondering, somebody gets like something, some disease like a urinary or sickness, I guess, or whatever, a urinary tract infection. I don't know how I got this. Maybe you touched money.
Yeah, but who touches money anymore? I can't remember the last time I had a bunch of like paper money in my hands.
I guess that's the thing, right? Cheryl says, I wash my money anytime I have any.
How Cheryl? How do you do that?
What do you dip it? And like the counterfeiters, they hang it from the clothesline to dry the ink. That's weird. Robert says money is probably cleaner since there are fewer strip bars now. That's a good point. Yep.
Good.
Cyntha, money is nasty because people don't wash their hands. Yeah, that's the.
I guess. Yeah.
That's the key. They say, needless to say, in this article, hand washing, part of our pandemic routine, is the good idea after handling money or using the sanitizer or whatever. The U.S. dollar, if you have any U.S. cash on you, was 11th on the list. See, I find like even feeling the money, the Canadian money, like paper money compared to the U.S. money just feels dirty to me.
Is it not the same material?
It doesn't seem like it. Ours feels like the plasticky
it is
material it's made of. And
it's got that see-through window.
Yeah, and the U.S. money feels more like
paper
that's been through the wash or something.
Yeah, true.
So Cheryl says, I put it in the sink with soap and water for 10 minutes and then lay it out to dry. Wow, really?
Why not just put it in the bank?
Well, you could do that and just use your debit card. I mean, there are so few places that are cash only now. Unless you're buying something on Facebook Marketplace or Kijiji, or very few stores, like even convenience stores now. Most of them, I think, take credit card, and if not, debit for sure.
My mom wanted to write a check the other day.
A check? Oh, geez.
We're going to take her to get her hair cut. She said, I don't know if I have enough cash. I'm like, well, I have money. She said, I'll just write a check. I said, nobody writes checks anymore, Mom. What? Don't be silly.
Yeah, I hate the check. I hate the check. Even if you had to send a void check. Isn't there other option other than the void check that we can do? Like here's like, I don't know. Can I, what's it called? The you avoid interact transaction or something instead of the void check.
Right. Because that's the only reason I need one. I need a check at all.
That's it. Only reason. Void check. That's the only reason you need a checkbook anymore.
Yep.
Is the void.
It's kind of silly.
So there you go. Dirty money. Clean your money. Wipe it with Lysol wipes. I guess maybe that's the advantage of it being kind of plasticky, our money, that you can maybe wash it or wipe it down, or just don't do it. I did have to use money the other day. I had to go to the WFCU bank machine over on Malden. I had to take out $170 exact, and you can't, right?
You can't.
20, so I had to get 160, and I had a 10 laying around because I had to go for my Botox treatment for my migraines and pay the doctor in cash, exact funds, 170 for the Botox injection service fee or whatever. Why don't offices like doctors' offices have you just don't use it enough probably, so it's not even worth it?
I think that's probably information you should not have shared.
What do you mean? Oh, because they're getting paid cash money under the table?
Yeah, I don't think it's like when I got my son circumcised 21 years ago. In a hospital, it's like the doctor wanted cash,
really?
Cash, and I don't know.
And is it one of those things like you shook hands and the money changed hands?
Yeah, you have it crumpled up.
Yeah, exactly. Mike says, ever try to rip a Canadian dollar bill? No. Why would you rip
not?
I guess you can try. And he also says that there is a way to avoid the void check. There is something called the pre-authorization document.
That sounds complicated.
That sounds like a lot of pain in the butt.
Sounds like a lawyer needs to be involved or something.
Yeah. I need a pre-authorization document, please. Well, you'll have to get your lawyer to, what is it? Notarize
and then a guarantor.
A guarantor. Yeah, a guarantor. A guarantor who can guarantee that you will pay us. All right, filthy money story of the day.
Stephen in Long Island says places are now putting 3 to 4% surcharge on charged transactions. Wow. Yeah.
Is that just the cost of convenience for you? Or I don't mind actually when one of the small convenience stores or something does that, because I'm sure the overhead on owning your own convenience store is somewhat high. So for some reason, I don't have a hard time with it there. If I go to any other place, like if I went to Zayre's and they're like, oh, we're charging you 4% more to use your MasterCard or your debit card, I'd be sour grapes.
Mm. Yeah, I mean, there are places where cash makes sense too, right? But I don't know. I just never have it. Just never
That's
have
it.
it.
Nobody has cash. The poor people at selling stuff door to door, Girl Guides. What do you
Them
do?
and Craig.
Craig carries cash, right? Yeah, he always
Always.
does. Now, like,
Always.
I
Now he's
always
gonna get
try to
mugged.
have a 10 or a 20 on me, just in case.
No, I better not say anymore.
Okay.
No.
Because I think we've talked about this before. Kelly is the same way. Like, we'll go through a drive-through or go get takeout or something, and I'll take out my credit card or my debit card to pay. I usually use my credit card because I get points, right? So I might as well use my credit card for everything and then pay it off full at the end of the month. It's all good. I'm good with my money. And oh, don't use your credit card. Here's a 50.
That's what Craig says. I'll put it on my debit. Well, don't. I have cash. Well, okay.
I don't understand that. It's the same, isn't it? It's more convenient because then I'm going to get change back. I'm going to get loonies. I'm going to get a dime. I don't want that stuff. It is dirty.
Yeah. It's funny. It's how you grow up, I think, right? I don't know. It's your attitude towards money. Do you learn it from your parents? I don't know.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the deal is, but yeah, I don't know. As long as you like don't have trouble with debit and credit cards where you're over withdrawing or over using your credit card because you don't think of it as real money, it's just like swipe it or tap it or whatever, then I think you're fine.
I was listening to Craig try and explain to Sarah, my daughter, the other day, about using her credit card and how you build credit. And so her idea was, as soon as I put something on my credit card, I'm going to pay it. And his point was, you don't do that because then you don't build credit that way. You got to wait until you get your bill and then you pay it before the due date. And she's like, well, what the heck's the difference? And he said, there is a difference because they want, I guess if you pay it right away, you're not building credit somehow.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah. I don't know how he's explaining it, but it was confusing to me too. Bottom line, I just said to her, if you need to pay it right away in order for you to pay it and not forget, just do that.
Yeah, I do that with all my utility bills too. I'll get them in my email, whatever it might be, Union Gas, Enercare, whatever, and I pay it right away. And even though it's like due 3 weeks from now, because I know it's going to get lost in my inbox, I'm not going to pay it, and then it's going to cost me like interest or something.
Right? I don't know. I don't know why that is.
Craig is right.
Craig's good. Craig's a money guy. He's a numbers guy. He's very good with his money, and I'm so he would know that stuff over me. I'm just like, oh.
Maybe we can get Craig on to do a financial seminar for us here on After 9 for people who are struggling with their money.
Maybe
not.
Maybe not. But he doesn't believe in debt of any kind. Like if he had, say he had say he bought a car or 0%. Okay. So it didn't cost him anything to pay the payments, to borrow the money to pay the payments or whatever. He can't stand having a payment.
Yeah, I agree.
So he would just pay it because he doesn't want a payment.
Yeah. Even though the guy will say, well, listen, it's not costing you anything.
Right. He can't stand having a payment or a debt of any kind.
Yep, I agree, and
whereas I'm like, well, it's fine.
It's only 10% interest. You'll buy it now and worry about it later, right, Lise?
That's right.
Enjoy it now.
Got to live for today, man.
Live
worry
in the
about
now.
That later. Worry about it later when we can't move anymore.
Oh, good times. Good. Why is that Lisa Williams still on the radio? Is she like 85? Well, she got to work. She's trying to pay off a TV.
I heard she's got a lot of debt. Craig's in Hawaii.
All right, that's it for today, everyone. Tomorrow on AM800, we'll have all the COVID coverage, the latest with the drama with the AstraZeneca vaccine. We'll also tell you how you can get an up close look at what's happening with the Gordie Howe Bridge tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, that's exciting.
Yeah,
I tried to get up close. I couldn't.
no, you couldn't, eh?
No,
Well,
I
I'm gonna
tried.
wait for you to do it.
I drove around. I'm like, I can't get close. And security here. What the heck?
Yeah, fencing, all that stuff.
Yeah.
So, what's happening with that? What are we going to see in the next few months? All that. So we'll tell you about that at 6:20. Dr. Ahmed will join us at 8:08. 28 cases today, by the way, just coming in.
That's a good number.
We like under 30. Yeah, we like under 30. Okay.
Yes, we do. All right. See you tomorrow.
Have a good day. Clean your money.